What's going on to you, Aquarius? My bad. So yeah, I'm shuffling up these cards here to kind of show y'all that I am diverse. I can read accurately, shuffling them up on camera, shuffling them up off camera, and then just reading. It is what it is. It doesn't pay me any ever mind. It is what it is, because this is a talent. And that's something that I always wanted to say too, but I haven't really had the chance to say it yet. I don't channel. You know, a lot of people talk about channeling, and I talk about it a million times, right? Or a couple of times, where I don't channel. This is based off of my own talent. As I've talked about before, right? I study magic. I study the occult. I studied spirituality, all of that spiritism, all of that stuff. And so this is why it is that I was saying, come and get a real understanding if you're going to get into this type of stuff, because light workers, as I'm shuffling up the cards, will tell you that, it's about channeling. See, now this is why it's so dangerous trying to be a light worker, because you have to be very aware of what's going on, right? Because people who understand dark magic, like myself, the real practitioners who got the secrets to this stuff, we understand that all books are booby trapped. And this is why your level of understanding is so important, is because all books, unfortunately, has been tampered with. And even if it hasn't been tampered with from the author's perspective, you still have to go through it and understand that maybe the author made a mistake. Maybe the information that they put in the book was for the time, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it exists like that in that specific time. And why that's so important is because you have the Devil card, you have the Seven of Wands, Two of Swords, the Five of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups, Seven of Cups, Four of Cups, Five of Wands, and the Ace of Cups. So the reason why that's so important in the first place is because the whole channeling concept, right? You're letting spirits possess your body when you do that stuff. And you don't even know if these spirits are good, if they're bad. You don't even know what's going on. So when you practice, when you start off, and I've talked about this before, I don't talk about it a lot, but I talked about this before. In magic, how you start off is not how it is that you're going to continue on. So I started off as a dark magician. If you start off dark, you're going to get to being lighter. If you start off light, you're going to get to being dark. And see, when you have all these people talking about they channel, meaning you allow yourself to be possessed by spirits, this is why a lot of the light workers, they look kind of kooky, right? It's because you can tell that they trying, but for the most part, now some of them figure it out, but you can tell that they trying, but they got too much different things going on with them, as to where when you don't channel and you just get it off your own strength, then you set the record straight, because this divination that you're doing is 100% based off of you, right? So you ain't got to worry about anything possessing you or no goofy stuff like that. Anyway, so for you, Aquarius, you have the Devil card, the Seven of Wands, and the Two of Swords, like I was talking about. So interesting, very interesting, because a lot of you Aquarius definitely have a new perspective on life, a perspective on how you Aquarius are going to interact with others, and that is the Devil card, meaning that not everybody is going to be able to actually agree with everything it is that you Aquarius do, but you Aquarius understand that you are going to not care if people agree with it so much, because that's true. Like, you're going to make certain decisions, and not everybody is going to like the fact that you made certain decisions. It is what it is, especially if it's a decision that benefits not just yourself, but a lot of other people, they're not going to like it at the time. There's a lot of people that, don't like the fact that I made certain decisions, but it was for their own benefit. It was for my own benefit. We both shared in that benefit. You may not like the fact that I'm not with you, or I don't choose to be with you, or whatever, talking about the proverbial them. But at the same time, doesn't mean that they won't benefit. But you have to trust me in order to do that. And that's not something that they want to do. They don't want to trust me. Okay, so then there's nothing more that I can do. Even if I was gonna try to give some money away to the person, right? Even though XYZ or whatever the case may be, we wasn't really together. Still, you let me in. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't in a relationship. You cooked for me, all this other good stuff, or whatever the case may be. So, still kind of look out for you in my own unique kind of way, even though I don't want to be with you like that. I'm not trying to disrespect you though. So not you, but I'm saying the people who I was with, to kind of show you from my lived experience. And, Seven of Wands and the Two of Swords, sometimes people don't understand that, but it is what it is. You Aquarius can't afford to be liked by everybody all the time. And then you're going to have people who are going to make up stories in their head about who you are, or their own perspectives. And this is why I say a million times, sticks and stones. Real talk, brush that off your shoulders, because is that really you? That's the way that they may have perceived you, per se, but is that really you? Depends on who you are. Somebody had a very good, correct assessment that they said, this was like a few months ago, but I remember that because it stuck to me. And the person was basically talking about how they see me as a person, as a living being, a human being that is working very hard to actually, not just make their family proud, but to provide and, to give back, like how it is that other people have given to them. And the person was correct. Yeah. I was kind of shocked or taken back that, the person actually saw what it was. But that's my point though. Like, some people are going to come up with the most irrational ideologies about you, and then some people aren't. So you don't even really have to trip out about that. You Aquarius just got to learn to kind of, like I said, be the anti-hero. Stop trying to be the typical hero where it's like, you got to just have a good reputation with the vast majority of people. Some people not going to like what it is that you're doing. Spider-Man is more so close. Spider-Man, or like Batman or whatever, is more so close to that kind of dynamic, where it's like, even though Spider-Man is saving the world, saving New York City by himself and all of that, and is saving the world, you still have Mr. Jameson or whatever, which is the head of, yes, I remember their names, Mr. Jameson, and I haven't watched Spider-Man in a long time. But, you still have Mr. Jameson printing out bogus newspaper articles about how, Spider-Man is this, that, the third. And yet, what does Spider-Man do? Continues to save New York City regardless. So that's that. And Spider-Man rules Aquarius. Spider-Man is Aquarius. So you have the Five of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles. So anyway, so even more beyond that, because you Aquarius understand that it's a spiritual thing. Not everybody gonna like you. Not everybody. You have people who will like you, but they envious of you. Whatever kind of little chip on their shoulder that they have, or whatever, they whatever it is, they're gonna have a problem. Whatever it is, whether they get paid or they have a little envy on their shoulder that they need to get off, or whatever it is, right? And a lot of you Aquarius, it's a big issue for you Aquarius to get that off your shoulders, because a lot of you may have looked out for a lot of individuals, but, and I understand all of that, but at the same time, you Aquarius still have to, hold on a second. You Aquarius, still have to, oh snap, all this dog hair on me. But you Aquarius still have to understand at the end of the day, though, that it's up to you and how you allow or let people to affect you. Real for real. Like, people come online and talk all type of trash about me. I don't care. At first I cared. Now I'm like, because what do? How do you get over being talked about? You expose yourself to being talked about. That is the problem, and that is also the antidote at the same time. That's the beauty and the tragedy in it. How you get over people talking about you is you kind of allow them to talk trash. You know, because you got to understand who you are and who you're not. A lot of that stuff, like the vast majority of that stuff, makes no sense. My relationships with my family members is tight. It's like, what are they talking about? What are they talking? You know what I mean? What are they, without giving out too much information, because I ain't going to, you know. But you'll have individuals that'll say things and don't even make any sense. And it's like, yo. Then when you go check out their page, their page is a bunch of like rambling. Like, it's like, oh, okay. You're possessed by the same spirit that I was warning, you know what I'm saying, you specific Aquarius about. They're possessed by Koranzan, the spirit of chaos and dysfunction and babbling and stupidity and stuff like this, right? And so that's the spirit, let me show you what I'm talking about. That's the spirit that you have to, when you cross over from mercy, you cross over from here to here to Bina or Bina, you cross over. That dot right there, that dot is Aquarius, but it's also the spirit of where Koranzan is, right? Ironically, right? And they doing all this babbling. So what am I trying to say? What am I saying, right? What am I saying? Let me break it down. What I'm trying to say is, no matter what it is that they say, the babble that they talk about, gotta understand that if that's not you, let that brush off your shoulders, because it's not you. So if it's not you, they will always be wrong. And the only way that they'll learn something about you is if you feed them information. This is why I don't feed the trolls. This is why I laugh at them. This is why I find them goofy, because a lot of this stuff is AI. If it is people, they just doing too much. They getting phone numbers. They calling you from India. They fronting. It's sad. It's like, yo, why don't y'all just go get a job instead of doing all this other stuff, right? Calling you, finding out your phone numbers, fronting like your Medicare. It's like, yo, Medicare is for people who are around 60 to 65 or older, who are rich. You're not gonna tell a 33 going on 34-year-old who's not rich yet that I got Medicare. Come on, yo. Because specifically Medicare is for people who has crossed a certain tax bracket, i.e. rich. So it's like get a job. Go and get one, you bums. Or don't get one. But I'm not going to continue to say that a million times. I'm going to just let individuals just, from this moment on, just look stupid, look goofy, look, I don't know, look possessed. So, and that's what you Aquarius got to let them do. So the 10 of Cups, the 7 of Cups, and the 4 of Cups. If a person wants to build something with you, then let them do that. You know? For any of you Aquarius who needs to hear this. If anybody's going to be around you and they're going to build, let them do that. Don't force it. Don't try to apply pressure and, you know, are we going to do this or not? You know, you apply pressure when they're being confusing. That's when you apply pressure and you ask questions. You with it or not? In, out. What's going on here? And then you have the Five of Wands, and then you have the Ace of Cups for you Aquarius, which is because all that's going to do when you try to like get people to make a decision, how do I say this? All people are going to do is be wishy-washy about yours, right? Or about theirs, which is the in, out, you know, come into your life, leave. They think that they can come back and all of that. And so, you know, Allah says, the religious Allah says, submit. Yeshua says, decide. I am from the, in that sense, even though I'm Moorish American, I am from the, in that sense, from the perspective of Yeshua, which is decide. I'm not interested in trying to handcuff people and tell people what to do. They don't want to hang out with me. Don't bother. Real talk. Don't bother. Nobody's gonna do anything. If you come, you hang out with me, you're gonna make it home alive and in one piece. I ain't that type. You're gonna be okay. All right. You know, plenty of people have wanted to walk with me. Plenty of women have wanted to walk with me somewhere. They asked me if I wanted to walk with them, and I was like, nah, I'm trying to actually go upstairs. And they kind of begged me a little bit, but they was like, please. And I'm like, all right, okay. Went ahead and walked with them, and they made it to their destination. Cool, fine, right? Like, don't ever let people in and out you. You know, don't ever let people be like, you know, you with it or you not. If you're not with it, get on about your business. If you with it, all right, now stop playing. You know, because you Aquarius, y'all been through too much. Y'all lived too much of y'all lives. Y'all experienced too much. A lot of you Aquarius can be too kind sometimes to allow people to disrespect you. I've heard about you Aquarius doing all kind of amazing things, giving sandwiches to the homeless, doing this, doing that, doing all kind of work that ain't nobody asked you to do, but you Aquarius did it. Just did it. Just took money out of your wallet, gave it to people, all types of just helping hand type stuff that, again, nobody asked y'all to do. Y'all just do it just because a lot of you Aquarius can understand the human condition. So guess what you Aquarius did? You was like, how much is it really going to set you back to make a sandwich and go ahead and feed the homeless? Or give a person some money, not life-changing. You ain't rich, but a lot of you ain't rich, but give some money to somebody, right? $10, $15, $20. You know, I'm not Aquarius, but I have an Aquarius placement. I got Saturn in Aquarius in my 11th house. I thought it was my 12th. No, my 11th house. I literally do the same thing. Go ahead, randomly send somebody some Cashapp bucks or some bucks over Cashapp, whatever the case may be, just cause, you know. And you know, and did I get asked to do that? No, but that's my point though. You Aquarius are too good to people to allow disrespect. And this is why I tell you Aquarius, don't allow people to disrespect you. If that's how it is that they moving, they got to get out of your space, because what is all of the unnecessary beef coming from? What is all that? Well, like they got a chip on their shoulder. What? And see, this is why it is that nobody can tell me anything, because what is the unnecessary beef about? That's why I personally, Aquarius, I don't play any games. I don't waste my time. I'm feisty. I got an Aries moon. You feel me? So I'm not into any of that wishy-washiness, because for me it's like, what are you complaining about? What is a person upset about now, right? Like, you know, especially when you're trying to do good, what is a person going to be upset at you Aquarius for? Especially when somebody got their name in your mouth. That's why my tolerance level is real low for goofballs, because it's like, you know what I mean? All this good work that you doing, you Aquarius, helping people, if you got a couple of dollars, you sending something, you doing great work, you showing great acts of kindness. That's coming from the heart. And yet it's still, you still have people upset. And it's like, what are you so upset about? Like what, you know, you can't, you know what I'm saying? You got to be very careful about who you call you, not you, but a person has to be very careful about whom they call themselves being so upset at. It's like, who you upset at? You Aquarius? You talking about the Aquarius? Talking about the same zodiac sign that be putting in good work for people for no reason? Talking about that? Right, and you mad at them? Okay. They don't understand how stupid they sound. Let's clarify the Ace of Cups. So you have the Eight of Wands, High Priestess, Six of Pentacles, the Fool card, and then you, Aquarius, have the Two of Pentacles, right? To clarify the Ace of Cups, right? So the Eight of Wands and the High Priestess right here, right? The Eight of Wands and the High Priestess speaks to how, again, you Aquarius, do not let people G you, do not let them play games with you. Do not let them do any of that stuff. People gonna play games with you, then they need to be exited from your perimeter, exited from your space. You know what I mean? Because again, you Aquarius done put in too much good work for other people, even when people didn't ask for it. They didn't have to. For other people to come through and be upset and be mad. You know, your tolerance level for that type of nonsense honestly should be low, because I know my tolerance level is like, soon as I'm trying to hang out with somebody romantically and they upset, I'm like, I'm gone. I'm like, oh, forget about it. It's like, why? Because all this good stuff that I be doing, that I'm going to continue to do, plan is to get rich, to give it all back, to share it, basically, in essence. And you mad? Sound like you got something on your shoulder that you need to brush off, for real, because I don't know what the issue is. But you have the Six of Pentacles, the Fool card, and the Two of Pentacles. Truth is, my dear Aquarius, people want to be difficult for no reason. And there's no real point to it. And like I said, that's what makes it stupid, because there's no real point to it, but they're ruining their lives behind this goofy stuff. Because what is the point to be objectively obtuse with other people, right? Like, okay, the plan is to do what, Aquarius? To make beef with you for what reason? To have a problem with you for what reason? To what end? And then when you Aquarius don't rock with them, and because you Aquarius know a lot of people, and a lot of people may rock with you, and they get word back that you don't rock with this person, they just shut a whole lot of doors, being an idiot too. So the Six of Pentacles, the Fool card, and the Two of Pentacles, because they like you, they in love with you romantically. And that's another thing too that I gotta warn you Aquarius about real fast, because I'm gonna get up on out of here, is that envy is something that, like, you gotta be very careful with envy, because not only will the person do things to work against you, they'll take up action, but envy is like a very messed up version of like love. Like, take a look at you know, Beyblade, right? For instance, with Kareemspiritworks and you know, Jackson Cross or whatever, right? AKA Common X or whatever. And Kareemspiritworks is upset at Jackson Cross, aka Common X, because Kareemspiritworks is secretly in love with Jackson Cross. So there's a real envy, anger going one way, right? From Kareemspiritworks to Jackson Cross. But yet Jackson Cross just wanted to go and leave and do his own thing. And then, so now you like, okay, well, how does envy attach itself to love sometimes like that? Because the dude Chrome Ryugu became Common Y, biting off of Common X's reputation and name and trying to be like his own version of it type stuff. And then how upset he is at Jackson Cross, aka Common X. And then he also has a picture of Jackson Cross up on his wall. Like, you understand what I'm saying? So you Aquarius may be thinking, oh, this person don't like me. You don't even realize this person don't matter if it don't matter if they have your anatomy or if they don't. You got to watch out, because it don't matter. They could still be in love with you. So just kind of give you a little piece of that game right there. But other than that, that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Trying to get the YouTube channel to 100K. We're at 20,200 and change. Thank you. Smash the subscribe button, like button, hit the notification bell. Set that notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos.